Everything's finally balanced, just as it should. Fuck! Okay, guys, so today we're going to be talking about the balances for the legends that have been announced for Season 9. There's a couple of them, and with all balance changes, there's always going to be differing opinions. I might have some thoughts that disagree with what you guys think, and I want to know why you guys may think I'm right or wrong on some of these, so do let me know in the comments. But let's get right into it, and the first one up is that they're actually going to be removing low profile. Now, as you can see here, it no longer exists for Wraith, Lifeline, and Watson, the characters affected by it, and it's because of the dev notes here that we know that because they were able to adjust the hitboxes, they finally feel like they can go ahead and fix it for the rest of the characters and just get rid of low profile, which I'm actually a huge fan of. In case you didn't know, low profile meant that if you played those characters, you took an extra 5% damage because the hitboxes were so small. I think this is a very good step because low profile should never have been used as a crutch. It should have been something that never entered the game. The developer should have just had the hitboxes fine-tuned and tweaked right away, but as of now, it's gone. You can all be very, very happy for that. Now, the biggest changes coming to the actual legends, the first one up is going to be Lifeline. And as you can see here, her combat revive isn't going to deploy a shield anymore. She can revive 2 players at the same time, and it will now cancel active revives in progress to allow teammates to defend themselves with their knockdown shield. The heal rate for her tactical has increased from 5 HP to 8 HP, and her care package has been reduced from 6 minutes to 5 minutes. Now, this is actually a very good change in my opinion. I was very worried when I heard that she was getting nerfed, because in earlier seasons, before she could pick up people with a shield, she wasn't very good. She didn't have a whole lot of abilities, especially as a healer. Now being able to pick up 2 people, even though they don't get a gun shield, is actually very balanced in my opinion, and giving her a health up on the tactical is great, and the ultimate, which isn't really that great, but at least it guarantees better stuff now, and it getting a cooldown is very well done. Overall, Lifeline actually will still probably be very, very good. She may even be better in trios now that she can pick up both of her teammates at the same time and continuing to fight. So Octane is going to be getting a nerf, and his nerf is a reduced cooldown between stims from 4 seconds to 1 second, but it is an increased health cost from 12 HP to 20 HP, and increased bullet spread while in the air and shooting from the low launch pad trajectory. I hate this one. Now, the reason I hate this so much is that because his tactical is being moved from 12 HP to 20 HP, that's a 1/5 of your life every time you use your tactical. And his passive, which regenerates his health, hasn't been buffed up to reflect that. And the problem I have also with that is the fact that he's the only legend in the entire game that his tactical is offset by his passive. It just makes no sense. Leave him alone. He wasn't that overpowered. He was great as a solo player and a movement character, which is what he's supposed to be. Leave him alone. Don't penalize players for using his abilities. So now moving into the Loba ability, she can now run and slide at full speed while aiming the bracelet and while the bracelet is in the air. She can also no longer be slowed after translocating or transporting. They fixed a lot of bugs that has caused bracelet tosses to fail. I'll believe it when I see it. And a black market bouquet, which has increased the cooldown from 90 seconds to 120 seconds. So with that for Loba, there's a little bit in the middle there on whether this is a good thing or a bad thing. Obviously, her being able to teleport without being stun locked is absolutely fantastic. I always said in live streams that she was a worse version of Pathfinder. Why would you play as her when you can just zip line and not get stun locked? So this is a good move. However, in terms of actually fixing the bracelet, I'll believe it when I see it. I've heard this from Respawn a bajillion times, so I'm not sure if I believe it. Her ultimate cooldown, I really want to get your guys' opinions, especially if you're a Loba main, because I personally didn't have a problem with it at 90 seconds, but I can understand how it can be frustrating if they continually are fighting in a room and keep getting ammo and new shields. But also, that's kind of the point of an ultimate ability. It's supposed to be good and kind of annoying to play against, but let me know your guys' opinions. Now, moving into the legend that probably needed the biggest nerf and that has been having one of the best win rates of all time, that's going to be Horizon, and her gravity lift speed has been reduced by 30 seconds, reduced side-to-side acceleration, limited the time you can sit at the top of the gravity lift to 2 seconds, and increased the cooldown from 15 to 20 seconds. Her abilities will now get zapped by Watson's pylon. I'm pretty happy with this. Horizon was a very, very powerful character and she's been nerfed. However, I think it's a little odd that she's getting this nerf right when Valk comes in. Valk is basically going to be taking over Pathfinder and Horizon's slot. So now that Valk is so powerful, Horizon's going to be even worse to play as, in my opinion. So I don't know necessarily that they need to go this far. A couple of those changes might have been good. Maybe they 2 seconds at the top, or just keep the side acceleration the same. You don't need to maybe do both of those, especially when such a overpowered legend as Valk looks to be coming to the game. We don't know that it will be 100% overpowered, but it really looks like it. Now, moving into the legend that has the lowest win rate, we're going to be talking about Fuse and his buff. And as you can see here, his Knuckle Cluster now has 2 stacks, reduced the cooldown from 25 to 20 seconds. The devs don't want him to become so powerful that he kills you with his abilities. Now, I am happy that they are buffing Fuse, but I got to be honest about something. When you are the lowest win rate legend like Fuse and you give him one tiny buff, and then you have a character like Horizon who's the #1 legend in the game for win rate, and you give her 1,000 nerfs, that's not balancing. That's tipping the scales horribly for one legend and then just slightly pushing the scale for the other one. You need to do something with Fuse, maybe make his ultimate better where it will cancel movement abilities such as Wraith phasing or Pathfinder's grapple so they can't get out of his ultimate. Make it something that's a little bit more competitive in Apex Legends because right now it just doesn't really cut it. Then they went ahead and did a little bit of a buff for Bangalore. As you can see here, they thickened Bangalore's smoke. Cool. I don't have a comment. Bangalore's thick now. Well, I don't know. We have a pretty big rank change in terms of Bloodhound and how he's going to be used competitively. As you can see here, he no longer receives assist from Eye of the Allfather. Overall, I'm pretty happy with that change. I mean, I am a Bloodhound main on the Nintendo Switch. I play Pathfinder on Xbox, but I will be perfectly honest, when I did my Predator run on the Switch, Bloodhound is an overpowered mess, and that comes from someone who mains him. The ability to assist and not do any damage is just kind of broken for a character like Bloodhound, whose ultimate makes him so damn fast and hard to hit in those lobbies that I just think this needed to happen. I'm a Bloodhound main, and if Bloodhound mains out there have a problem with it, grow up. He is overpowered. You've got to admit when you're using a character that's just too good in a certain game mode. And last but not least by any means, we are finally getting a buff for Crypto, which has needed to happen for so long. Crypto's drone can now scan and open care packages and can no longer use his drone to hijack a respawn beacon that's already in use. Now you may be looking at that and being like, well, Crypto's actually not getting improved at all. Yeah, he can open care packages now, but he's getting a nerf because he can't use respawn beacons. But the big thing here to take away is that because Bloodhound's assists are getting nerfed, Crypto is going to go way through the roof in terms of pick rate. People in ranked that are trying to get easy points are now going to pick him and use him a lot more and learn how to actually play the character, because Crypto is actually a really good character. You just have to learn how to use him. So I see with more people picking him to get the assist points, more people becoming better at playing Crypto, which I think is what we all want to see. So those are all the nerfs and buffs coming to the Legends for Season 9. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the nerfs and buffs, because like I said in the beginning of this video, these are all just my opinions on what they are changing in the meta of the game. And as other players, you guys may have insight to how you play your mains that you don't agree with these opinions. So I'm always interested in hearing your guys' thought processes. Some of you guys come up with really good ideas to other ultimates and tactical changes that I have not thought of. Until next time, Legends, keep slaying in the Outlands. I'll see you out there.